find a solution. We'll get into that type of thing, but we're not talking about no apple white where you go kill yourself. Either way we talking about a day with death. That's the key here. We'll get into that science in a few minutes. And I'll explain why this is so important. The book of the law tells you must love death and you must long for death.
Yes.
Tells you in the book of the law. You see what I'm saying? Also had it, which is your particular black seed or the black dot or the third eye. It's called the Hadit principle. It's also called the Ka'abit of a shadow. All of that stuff is the same, and it's talking about your inner soul. It says in the third book, in the second book of the law, to know me is to know death.
The knowledge of me is the knowledge of death.
The knowledge of me is the knowledge of death. That's what it says. You're right. The knowledge of me is the knowledge of death. The Berlin Papyrus. And the Berlin Papyrus was put out in a small format, but it's a bigger format now called Revel in the Soul by Beaker Reed. An ancient Egyptian dialogue between a man and his destiny. And he's talking to his soul, Beaker Reed. And in here the goddamn man saying, fuck the dumb shit, I'm trying to kill my damn self. This is 4,000 years ago. And the soul was trying to tell him why it's not feasible. You see what I'm saying? But still, yet, nevertheless, he said either I'm going to sacrifice in physical sacrifice or it's going to be some sacrifice because I don't want to stay. And I'm trying to get the fuck off the planet. I don't want to stay on the damn planet. And one brother that's a dietitian said, I want to live till I'm 140 years. So I said, why would I want to live till I'm 140 years? I don't even want to live till next goddamn year. I show the fact of being down in this bitch here paying rent, shit that's missing a year from now.
That's right.
You know, just to think of all this is just utter despair.
Oh, yeah.
If you own the damn frequency. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you must ask yourself. Why the fuck am I here?
Why? Tell me why.
You see what I'm saying? He said, Neil, you must understand there is a mystery. He said, well, you are a slave. You see, it doesn't have any damn thing to do with whether you are in shackles or not. The whole science. So one of the keys here is, and this, we must be clear on this. Because we must be clear on this and all. Live to 140 for what? The only reason why we even lived that long in the first place is because we wanted knowledge. And we had a certain amount of knowledge. Even the guy in India that was 300 years old, he was only 300 years old because he couldn't find a teacher to teach the students. So he had to stay around till they got somebody adequate enough. You understand what I'm saying? Adequate enough. Now, so my point is, if you want to deal with what the ancient Camites and the ancient Africans were dealing with, they was preoccupied with death. Why? Because death is the other realm.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Death is the other realm. We're going to get into this and all this.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying and all. And so this is what we're going to have to deal with also. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. Because if the God that's over us is the God of the living, then who is the God of the dead? You see this? Who is the God of the dead? And in actuality, when you do the mythology on melanin itself is nothing but death. That's what it is. It's death. Now, what do I mean? He said, what does that mean? First, what does that mean? Number one, if you deal with the ancient mythology, if we were a prior people before the physical realm and a pre-universal people or pre-creation people, that means that creation had to come on the heels of somebody else dying. And those particular people that died became human. The substance that was burned up and the substance that was killed, Tiamat was killed, the great dragon, and her blood was used to turn into humans. The Titans was killed and their ashes was used to turn into humans. So that ashes of those bloods is what is the death substance. That's what melanin is. A pre-universal substance. So when they say I am the God of the living and not the dead, that means then what is the God of the dead? Osiris is the God of the dead and the God of the perfect black. You see what I'm saying? So in actuality, our next plateau is in that realm of the so-called undead. You see, of the so-called undead. And when we bring light to this, it brings the fear. It stops the fear. of trying to understand this particular science. But even when let's deal with some other things right now. So the brothers were saying, you know, we're trying to deal with the whole diet thing, and I'm saying this is the problem why we're stuck. The unwillingness of the African or the African and American or whatever black people to get off of the fucking, not to look beyond the surface. We're still on the damn surface. And so we must challenge everything that feels good, sounds good, looks good, rational, logical, to permeate to the other side. So it's feasible that we got 6 or 7 other damn scholars out here talking about diet and nutrition. You see, now one thing about the diet thing, it's a new religion. Once you get into it, there's no turning back. Now I know, I've lost several family members to this shit. When you start focusing in on the diet and everything you start eating, then the first thing you start doing is you start reading the side of boxes. And there's enough stuff in the diet realm to contain you and to occupy you forever. Until before you know it, you'll be stuck in a new religion, whereas the enemy becomes a person who is not on the same diet. And we got scores of people, I see people that even get new people, their social circle, and they get together and talk about what other people are not eating and what people are eating is bad for them. And it becomes a new religion, looking down on people. All because, see, this is very key in this particular society, because everything is a compulsive society. Whatever we master, we tend to want to look down on other people who have mastered that. And as a result, that's another series of ego. So now we got people that's mastering the diet, and it's becoming a religion. You see what I'm saying? It's becoming a religion. It was only supposed to be something that you are aware of, that certain things you don't have to eat, and certain things that's going to make you sick. But outside of that kind of damn shit, it's not a religion. So to come up, you know what I'm saying, and you got people, their mind will go to that, and it becomes a form of extremism. And then it becomes a form of elitism. So they want me to get together to talk about goddamn diet, and I'm talking about, that's ridiculous. I'm talking about ending the fucking world, not sustaining myself on the fucking planet.
That's right.
It's over with. Everybody know it's over with. The government is doing shit every day because they know the shit is over. And their asses has got to leave. But yet, when I want to get up here and talk about some damn diet, I couldn't give a shit. You see what I'm saying? And the point I'm trying to make here is we got to deal with this. Some people say, well, the world ain't ended yet. The world hasn't ended yet because you have to work at it.
Yes.
It's like anything else. It's only in your mind. If this is a matrix, then the only thing that breaks off the matrix is your knowledge that this is a matrix. And the knowledge of ending the world is you got to gain the knowledge of ending the world. That's what the eschatology is, end time study. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, the reason why the world hasn't ended, and I've been teaching on it for the last 7 years, is because it's a series. It's called, apocalypse just means a revealing. You reveal certain